So, Series 7B.
I killed the Dalek, by the way.
I'm very glad about that because I don't want to be exterminated.
But it was bringing ice cream.
It does not bring ice cream.
It told me it
The
was.
TARDIS has been stolen
No,
by an ice
not
cream
bring
man.
Ice cream. That was terrible. Oh.
It told me it was going to bring ice cream.
I can do it in a Dalek voice. I've heard it, but I couldn't seem to do it then.
I don't even know.
I don't even. So 7B, I think we'll agree, was a step up in quality.
Yeah.
From 7A.
I will say it is a step up in quality, but I still have a lot of criticism about it.
I didn't say it was a huge step up.
There's that tiny little step. A little tiny little trip. Oh!
And then fall to the edge of the cliff.
And hang on by the edge of your question mark umbrella.
Yeah. So, this began with the snowman.
Excellent episode.
And ended with the name of the Doctor.
Which is Steve.
Which I think we could argue was the bookends of the season were terrific.
Yeah, definitely. God. Name of the Doctor. Oh.
We'll
heard
devote a whole section to Name of the Doctor because it's just so profound.
You heard your Name of the Doctor review, everyone. You know.
Moffat promised a game changer. He wasn't kidding. But the Snowman was a great way to start.
Excellent episode.
Origin story of the Great Intelligence.
Now we can mention him.
Yes.
Well,
the GI tract, a.k.a.
I will give you.
I'll give a tract.
I'll give you a little classic series sort of introduction. The Great Intelligence is actually a holdover from the Second Doctor era. He appeared in two serials. The Abominable Snowman, where he was in Tibet controlling robot Yetis, and there was a monastery under attack by the robot Yetis, and then they stopped. The Doctor and Jamie and Victoria stopped them. And then there was an episode set in the London Underground, The Web of Fear. Which got mentioned in The Snowman, which you'll get to in a moment, I'm sure. It got a nice little nod. And basically, same robot Yeti, but in the London Underground. And this is also the introduction of, well, he was a colonel in this episode, but Colonel Lethbridge Stewart.
Aha!
Who would later turn up in the Second Doctor serial The Invasion as Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, and, well, we know how that goes from there.
I'm not that clued into old Doctor stories, especially 1, 2, and 3. Would you consider the Brigadier a companion?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if I consider him a companion, an ally. I mean,
he was an ally and friend of the Doctor, but was he a companion? Did he travel in the TARDIS?
He did travel. He traveled with 3 and 4 a couple times, I believe.
I think that makes him
captain.
I know he traveled with 3. I think he might have had one with 4.
If people count Astrid Peth and Christine D'Souza, they've got to count the Brigadier then.
Oh yeah, God, yeah. Well,
yeah.
I think he might have got warped into Omega's dimension in the 3 Doctors. So if you count that as traveling with the Doctor, then yeah.
I'm sorry for tangenting. The first thing I think to talk about 7B, however, then is I can't speak. Is Matt Smith.
That's
The
it.
portrayal of the Doctor.
He's really mopey in Snowman because of Amy and Rory dying.
Mm-hmm. But I do like how he's acting like a kid over it. Like, he just lost his best friend. So he's like, don't talk to me.
No, I'm playing.
Yeah, and I do like how the second he got into this, like, whenever, he decided to help, he got all funny. Man, his interactions with not only Clara, but interaction with, Madame Vastra, Ginny, and Strax. This, I know you're going to jump best and least. This is my favorite episode of 7B, just due to all the interaction. All the interaction he had with Strax, like, it's funny. Oh, get the memory eating worm. The what, sir? The memory eating worm. Is this it? Ugh.
Sir, I've appeared to have been crushed by a cab.
Yeah. Emergency, sir! I think I've been run over by a cab!
Beautiful.
I love Strax.
Dan Starkey is absolutely fucking brilliant as Strax, and I'm so glad they brought him back from A Good Man Goes to War.
Yes.
Strax just needs to be there, just following the Doctor.
We'll talk a bit about the Paternoster Gang in general, because they were a recurring feature this series 3 times.
Yeah, they were in, like, what, 3 of the episodes?
And they were prominent in all of them.
Snowman, Crimson, and Name.
Name of the Doctor. Yeah. 3.
We're doing that Who fan thing where we shorten the name of the episode to one word.
Well, you can. Especially
if you expect me to say Journey to the Center of the Toss each time, you've got another thing coming, Sunshine.
Journey.
I mean, you can do this with the classic series, too. It's like, dude,
but we're
Genesis
not going to,
is
because it's not about the classic series.
If you expect me to, say hide every time, you have something to...
We could just call it the one with Doug Ray Scott and have done with it, but...
Oh, God.
After Snowman, we had the main run of the series, from the Bells of St. John to the Name of the Doctor.
Which, I want to say, both of those serials have one thing in common. Really clever titles that are not what you expect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty much like the run on the season. Like the Snowmen, yes, is about the, brain melding snowmen. That's the monster. But see, it's also like you could compare that to the Doctor because he's cold.
And also Simeon.
Yes. Yes. Cold people.
Cold people.
Yes.
Hot people.
Cold people. Oh.
Okay.
Sorry. I tried to do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bells of St. John.
Yeah.
I liked it.
This was good. I love. I did not see the twist coming. The whole.
It was.
Oh, I'm still in the pub. Wait, what? How are you still in the pub?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then his face turns round. That was pretty well done.
Yes.
That was...
You must have not heard me when I said anti-grav Olympics.
Yeah. Download me. We'll have to download everybody. Download me now!
I honestly, though, even though this was the introduction to Clara, I don't think she had, like, her first Aqua, I don't think she had that great an impact to the Snowman.
No, I think she was strong in Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
She was very strong in the Snowmen, having to do the different accents.
Mm-hmm.
Barmaid Clara and
the governess.
Governess Clara, thank you. I was trying to think of the word. But Bells of St. John, she was a bit of a damsel in distress.
Oh, no, she was a damsel in distress in, what, like at least 2 more episodes this season. So.
Well, actually, she saves the day a couple of times. Rings of the Back of 10 and Cold War, she directly saves the day.
There you go.
And technically in Hyde, she indirectly saves the day.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'll grant you, Journey and the Crimson Horror, no.
Yeah, she needs.
Yeah.
Then we got the Rings of Back of 10, which has got mixed reviews.
It's okay, I guess. I mean, I really like the whole, look at this, there's a crap load of weird aliens, which the show really hadn't done in a while. Like, what's the last episode that ever did that?
There are 2 great scenes in the Rings of the Back of 10, the 5 to 10 minutes inside the temple, and the speech and Clara giving the leaf up to the old god. And everything else is filler.
No, even though you said that, like you think, this episode's mostly filler, I really did not like the leaf scene. I honestly was like, wait, so is the old god now going to make a ton of steamy fan fiction about Clara's mom and all the possibilities they have?
Oh no.
No, seriously, it felt like, and this has been the theme of Series 7 since they are rushing it. Oh no, the Doctor's in an impossible situation. There's no way he can get out. Oh no, he's reaching up his bum. Oh no, he's pulling out a Deus Ex Machina. He's saved.
Well, one might say that an impossible situation calls for an impossible girl.
Oh, no. Kuchiri, raising the tone of internet videos since 1986. But you make a good point about Deus Ex I can't even pronounce it properly. It's
Deus
Deus
Ex
Ex
Machinas.
Machina.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot in this series.
Yeah.
Snowmen.
It wasn't really one though, because they did stop him the right way.
The tears.
Yes. Kind
That's
of.
the right way.
Well, it was more like because Simeon, he never really experienced feeling. The fact that he kind of experienced it messed up the gray intelligence. Whatever.
I didn't have a problem with it in the Bells in Men. I didn't have much of a problem with it in the Bells of St. John because it was clever.
Mm-hmm.
Rings, I had a problem with. It was beautifully acted, but I had a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Hyde, oh god.
No, that was skipping over Cold War.
Well, Cold War I actually kind of liked.
Yeah, there wasn't really one in Cold War. It was like they said, "Oh, he called for a ship. Oh, the ship probably isn't coming. Oh shit, there's a ship.
Oh shit, the ship.
Oh shit, there's a ship. Oh shit, there's a ship.
Oh goodness.
Just to the South Pole."
But that could easily be explained by, he didn't get a signal, therefore thinking all his species were dead.
Mm-hmm.
But actually they were just out of range.
Mm-hmm. And then they got the signal.
They're not saying his family from 5,000 years ago is still alive.
No, it's still his people.
His ancestors.
Yeah. Well,
the Doctor even said the Ice Warriors are alive and they will become a great race again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now he could have just been bullshitting him to not have him blow up the sub. So Cold War didn't have Hyde did.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, the TARDIS cannot stay more than 5 minutes in this pocket dimension. 2 minutes.
4 seconds. 10 seconds, and then 20 seconds later.
Yeah.
Woo!
He makes a return trip. He makes 2 trips into there.
I got not abuse. I got criticism for saying that. And people, yes, because how dare I tell it like it is? Talking about a Doctor Who episode.
And the thing is, the first thing. Like we talked about whenever I said, "Hey, Rainiac, I want in on one of these reviews."
Yes.
And I was like, "Man, Hyde, I just got them watching that a minute ago. That was more than 10 seconds." He's like, "Dude, I'm glad you're with me."
and then they do it again.
Yeah. They do it again. Oh my god.
Could they not have I don't know. Could they not have had it materialize around the Doctor and disappear again?
Yes, that would have been less than 10 seconds. That could have been wha-bam, wha-bam.
Instead, woo! CGI flying shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did that in season the 7, episode 7 up in A.
And then other Deus Ex Machinas. Yeah, you're right.
He materialized around Amy, Rory, and Brian, and literally disappeared.
Yeah, and he breaks the light bulb to much hilarity. But you're right. They did it in earlier as well. I mean, I think the first time they did it was the Parting of the Ways.
Mm-hmm.
Terrific finale, by the way. I watched that again.
Mm.
Oh, they also somewhat did that with Jack whenever his ship was about ready to blow up.
Yes. The point is, it's been done. So they could have done it here, but they decided to have a cool moment where Clara's screaming in joy and the Doctor's clinging onto the end of the TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that technically kill him?
Kind of. Well, no. Well, Jack did it, but he's immortal, so never mind.
Yeah, so it might have killed the shit out of him 40 times doing that.
I think I just punched my microphone.
Rainiac uppercut.
So yeah, where were we?
Journey. That had a huge Deus Ex Machina.
Oh my god. Oh.
A Deus Ex Machina or a closed or predestination paradox?
Both.
Both.
That episode made me sad.
The Machina is going back in time.
Yeah. Well, it is a time travel show.
He goes through a crack in time and isn't erased.
Yes, exactly.
Although Vampires in Venice did suggest there were other cracks that didn't erase you.
No, he kind of did go through a crack in Series 2 whenever he flew into, what's his name? Pete's dimension.
The Rift?
Pete's World.
Yeah, Pete's World.
Pete's World. What would you call it that? Pete's World. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is called Pete's World.
Crimson Horror didn't have one.
No, and it was a really good episode. My only complaint is if the blinding of that one woman was caused by the slime, why couldn't the doctor
Fix it.
do what he did to him and Clara, but to her, to, like, repay her back for all...
Because it wasn't the doctor that did what he did to Clara. It was the machine.
Well, the machine, yeah, he could have had to put in the machine. He could have Sonic it the other way.
I think eyes are different, though, aren't they, to the rest of the body?
I
mean, once your eyes go, that's it.
Yeah. So we're still talking about, like, Deus Ex Machinas.
Yeah,
right?
Nightmare in Silver.
Yeah.
Nightmare in Silver. Hi, I'm the Emperor. Here's the magic blow up everything button.
And he could have saved everybody.
I could have saved everybody, but I had to wait until the end of the episode because it's the end of the episode.
Nobody had to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know I love Nightmare in Silver, but yeah, that's kind of...
And the whole, I could end you in 3 moves thing. The second Doctor went for that the Mr. Clever has shown that he can instantly take control at any time. He could have, did the whole jerk thing.
And also, when he said, I can beat you in 3 moves, that thing wasn't there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He hadn't to the room yet. Or had he?
No.
Maybe he was just bluffing by then. I don't know.
He could have been. But I did love the whole chess game.
Yes, and actually the whole episode was a chess game from, I'm showing you my regeneration so I can tell you that hey, I can just boom right now and you'll be gone.
Regenerations apart from one.
Well, we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
And then, of course, name of the Doctor. Did that have a well, I suppose it did.
Kind of.
But I don't care.
It was so good.
It's a finale. It needs a big game-changing thing.
Anyway, yeah.
But
I agree with you. Wait a minute, Deus Ex Machinas.
Should we go back and talk about like the episodes now? I mean, we talked about Bells and we talked about Rings a bit. So Cold War.
Brilliant.
It was a good episode, but my thing is though, which is my thing for most of the series, is there was not that much Dr. Clara interaction. Like,
yeah, you were mentioning this to me.
I don't think it's been that the whole series.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like, in Snowman, they had so many great scenes together, and I was like, one of the reasons why Donna Noble is my favorite companion is because of the interactions she had with the Doctor.
Oh, Donna's fantastic.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with you, but yes.
Yes, the interaction between Donna and the Doctor was amazing. Like, even some of the more boring episodes of the Series 4 was pretty much saved by just a random comedy, like, yell-off between the Doctor and Donna.
Oi, spaceman, you and your big ears.
And honestly, up until the end of her main run, Martha, at least she had an actual story with him.
Yeah.
I think Donna's better, but...
Yeah, no, Martha is a rant for another day.
Yeah, it is. Seriously.
My God, Cold War is really good.
But the thing is, like, Clara, like, I will say if you cut all the scenes where the Doctor and Clara are together, and even in the same scene talking with each other, you're barely fill up one episode. Like,
I'll take it one step further, if I may.
Oh.
Clara, the character, is very well acted by Jenna Louise Coleman.
Extremely well acted.
But she doesn't have that many personality traits.
Yeah.
No.
I'm talking about Clara, obviously companion Clara, not Oswin.
Yeah.
Or Victorian Clara, or any of the other Claras scattered across time who we don't learn much about.
Leather Jacket Clara on Ice World.
Lesbian Clara on Barcelona, the planet.
Oh, God. How's she lesbian?
She's going, wait. And Asylum of the Dalek, she says she experiments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's that particular Clara, but yeah.
Anyway.
We're tangenting. I don't think she has that much in the way of personality other than brave, plucky English girl.
But the thing is, she didn't have a chance to shine as she did in The Snowman. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, how many times did the Doctor either they got forced apart, or there was anything, like, going back to Nightmare in Silver, the scene where, he has to try and prove he's him to Clara, it did not feel as good as it would have been if they've actually had scenes together.
Agreed.
You know?
I think my number one wish for Series A is, please, for the love of God, let her be a full-time companion now, rather than this go out for a trip on Wednesdays thing.
Yes. And again, it's really kind of like, It's just, again, literally the scenes they have together will not even probably fill one episode. Barely one episode. And it's
even in The Snowman, she had some scenes to herself that were really well acted.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she had some scenes to herself that was also really well acted, and like all the scenes she had in Cold War with the janitor guy, or the professor, or whatever.
The professor, not a janitor, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, she had some really good scenes with him, where the two of them talked, and in fact, I think she had more interaction with the professor in that episode than the doctor.
She did.
Yeah.
And that's one of my biggest complaints. I was thinking about this last night. I was like, oh, finally I get to talk with Rainiac and Fresno. And like right before I go to bed, I'm like, wait, I just realized Clara never talked with the doctor that much.
No, she doesn't. I still like her as a companion.
Oh, yeah.
But until she actually has a link to, well, she's got a massive link to it, but until she has a sort of chemistry relationship, I don't mean romantically.
Yes. No.
Like,
and actually,
no more to gain frisk with the doctor. We had enough of that with Rose, Martha, and Amy, and River. That's 4.
And certainly in that respect, Clara is a huge improvement.
Oh, yes. But
it's strictly platonic.
I remember I said after watching The Snowman back in, December, like, holy shit, I think Clara might beat Donna for my favorite companion. If she acted just the way she did in Snowman, I honestly thought, that she would be my favorite companion.
I mean, Jenna Louise Coleman is lucky because she got 3 chances to make a debut impression, technically. And the Sound of the Dalek, she nailed it.
And Snowman, she definitely nailed it.
Snowman, she nailed it. I don't think she was given enough to work with the Bells of St. John.
No. And then, usually the second episode of The Companion is the episode where you actually get to learn more about the companion, like, the End of the World with Rose. You actually got to, see a lot of her.
Oh, about a second story, you knew a lot about Rose.
Yes. In the second story, Martha, whenever they went to New Earth or whatever, you got to learn a lot about her, even though, again, you didn't that much. And even though, Donna had 2 chances also, you really got to know her by the Fires of Pompeii.
Well, as first I will tell you, I was not a fan of Donna and the Runaway Bride at all.
Really? I don't remember this.
And then she came back. And she was so improved.
The mouthing scene. The scene where they see each other while they're both spying on that guy.
Beautiful.
Best scene ever.
I was sold on her from that moment on.
We're kind of getting a little off track.
Yeah,
it's all right, because we're comparing it to different series.
Yeah, we're talking about Companion. And the Rings of Akaton, you didn't even really show her. Like, it was supposed to, like, Amy was able to win over the Doctor's, heart whenever she saved the Earth Whale, whatever that.
Get started on the Beast Below. Oh God.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But she didn't have that chance to shine. She had one scene where she talked to the little girl that you got to kind of get to know her, and then, I'm just going to pull out this leaf that's the most important thing to me to try and save the world and give this old god a ton of fan fiction to write until he died.
What is this fan fiction?
That's what they explained it. All the stories that have never been told. There's an infinite number of them.
That's not fan fiction, dude. She doesn't mean literally written stories. She means life.
The old god is just there. Now kiss.
The old god's like, oh God, not 50 Shades of Grey. Boom.
I don't ship Edward and Bella, goddammit.
But you know what I'm trying to say there,
Okay.
At least,
just out of interest, watch how many people left the video after I said 50 Shades of Grey.
Watch how many left after I said Edward and Bella.
Anyway, but going on to, like, the Deus Ex Machinas, because I forgot I was going to mention this. at least in previous episodes where there was a Deus Ex Machina, they literally told you how they were going to get out of it. Like Empty Child. There's a scene where Captain Jack gives the little nanobots to Rose to like heal her hand from the rope burn.
Yeah.
And like you know, then there's like 80 minutes of them trying to figure out how they're going to stop the gas mask zombies. And then the nanobots come out. Like it's a Deus Ex Machina, but see, it's one of those Deus Ex Machinas where you feel like, oh, that's well thought out. Like
It's more of a Chekhov's gun than a Deus Ex Machina.
Yes, it's Chekhov's gun.
Well, yeah, but it did kind of come out of nowhere, though. Like,
But I prefer Chekhov's gun, said Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah. And then the same thing with the Doctor's 3D glasses in the Season 2 finale. Like, how are they going to stop, a giant army of Dalek and a giant army of Cybermen? Well, he kind of halfway knew throughout this whole thing.
He does start wearing the 3D glasses throughout the episode.
Yes. And
so they actually introduce it before it becomes an important plot point. That's the point you're trying to get across,
yes.
I think.
And the thing is, it's just, they didn't do that with most of these Deus Ex Machinas. Sorry.
The leaf gets a mention in the intro and is never mentioned again.
Yes, and the leaf was mentioned in the previous episode. He licks it.
Yeah, so, okay, so there's a little bit of a
but
establishment there.
The fact that they kind of turn into, there's a million stories that was never told,
Yeah, but where on earth was the justification for the Machina in Hyde?
I have no idea. I cannot make heads or tails of Hyde.
I mean, Hyde had some clever ideas. I like the fact it was a twist, because I suppose we'll talk about Hyde now. It was a twist on the ghost story. Not the whole. It was a love story. That was terrible. But what you thought was the monster and the ghost actually weren't. That was quite clever.
Yeah, they were both people that were separated. The ghost was separated from time, and the monsters were separated from each other.
I honestly didn't like Hyde that much.
No, it's honestly one of my least favorite.
Would you say that the Underwater Menace is better?
Will you stop referencing that?
Never! Nothing in the world can stop me now.
How about if Hila Takurian had been an Atlantean, that would have been an interesting plot twist.
There you go.
Yeah. If he goes into the forest trying to find the ghost, and all of a sudden he turns around, there's an Atlantean. Oh, that's where you guys been hiding.
Beautiful.
And this little time pocket.
If Hila Takurian said, "I must go now to my home planet. Please note, Hila Takurian died on the way to her home planet." Wasn't a very good character at all. And the thing that she was a great-great-granddaughter... What?
Yeah, and she was all what? African American? I know.
Fight it. Fight the racism.
I know I'm fighting racism, but it's like,
Well, she's like, what, 7 generations into the future. It's not that implausible.
I know, but it's like, it was, if she, it's, I'm not being racist, but see, the fact that they kind of like pulled that out of nowhere,
They did.
Yes.
They pulled a lot out of nowhere, but...
If maybe if she had this, she was, again, I'm going to sound racist, if she was Caucasian with the same hairstyle as Emma, I would see it. Like, if they...
That would have worked if she was a direct descendant, like 2 or 3 down the line.
Well, something like that. But the thing is, the fact that, oh, yeah, she's your granddaughter. Wait, what?
Honestly, they could have just had her be a time traveler.
Yes, easily. Just a time traveler. I think I would have been better with that.
The whole reason why she is a relative is to get the Doctor to make the jump that, hang on a minute, there's 2 monsters. That's the whole point why she's the great-great-great-granddaughter.
There you go.
Because it makes him think outside the box and think, oh, crap, we've done something terrible.
Well, he's holding on to the box.
Well, he's holding on to the box, yes. Outside the box, quite literally.
Oh, my.
And then Journey. Speaking of stuff made up out of nowhere.
I like the monster until I realized, oh, they're just them just dead and now fire zombie.
Oh,
There could
God.
have been so much more shock to it being that it was Clara.
Here's something funny that I'm sorry to bring up more classic series stuff. I was talking with somebody today about how they mentioned that maybe there's a garden in the TARDIS, and I was like, oh, that would be interesting. What if in Journey, instead of the time zombies, he would accidentally grew some vervoids?
Oh, God.
No, but what I want to say about Journey is I loved it for one sort of specific reason, is that it reminded me of the book House of Leaves, because the TARDIS is this big thing, bigger on the inside that keeps on shifting its dimensions and shit.
Yeah,
Kind of like the house from House of Leaves. I really like that.
That's a good comparison.
I mean, The Doctor's Wife, my favorite episode of the new series, because it expanded on the whole TARDIS thing, and Journey...
Oh, the new series in what? All of the new series?
That's what I see. Yeah, all of the new series. All of
Wow.
them.
That's a bold statement.
I don't care. I loved that episode so much. But
No, power to you, dude. Power to you.
I could go on about why I loved it, but I'm just gonna. I might save that for my own little review.
It could have had a better twist and a better explanation, and could have been better done if it was a two-parter.
I just love what it adds to the mythology of the show, basically.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Journey.
Journey.
The brother was a dick.
Oh yeah,
Both
Van
of them.
Balen.
Both
Wow.
of them.
I'm trying to not like bring up stuff I've already brought up in the reviews because that's just going over old material.
I think
Van Balen's kind of stuff.
if it wasn't for the fact that the time thing got flopped around again, like they pretty much this episode kind of became nothing to, well, not really nothing.
Tricky was good, but the other two, no.
I wouldn't mind if Tricky Wood became a companion.
No.
I think that's going a little far.
I don't think every one story character should be a companion.
Well, he could have added more to the show, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
the only sort of one story companion who I would be perfectly happy making more appearances like a companion would be Sally Sparrow, but that's never going to happen now.
Yeah.
Because Kerry Mulligan's too popular an actress.
Really?
She's in The Great Gatsby
Oh.
and other things.
well, after some of the reviews of The Great Gatsby, which we're not going to go into, she might...
But it's a big budget film, so it's going to take a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's the point I'm making.
There you go.
But the journey to Sim TARDIS, more Deus Ex Machinas, and then the random scene. Like, my friend actually pointed this out to me. There's the book, the Time War book. She randomly
random.
She just randomly opens it and somehow finds out the name. If the history of the Time War was written in Gallifreyan, the TARDIS does not translate Gallifreyan. How does she know that?
And that actually brings up a huge plot hole for the series as a whole, because we built up to the whole revelation that there was a missing Doctor incarnation.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be in the history of the Time War?
Yes.
And wouldn't she remember that when she started remembering the memories she shouldn't remember?
Yes.
There you go.
What if she does remember?
Oh.
Well, we'll find out in the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
Jenny.
Yeah. So while I was reading the book where your name was in it, oh yeah, I do remember him. I know I said I saw all 11 of your faces, but did not see him.
John Hurt was an asshole.
I'll be honest. I actually thought it was Clara that was going to open the tomb when I first saw that scene, because it kept saying, "I'm remembering memories I shouldn't have."
Yeah.
And I thought she'd just blurt out the name, but then again, of course, we'd actually learn the name, and that wouldn't work.
No, we can never know his name. Hell,
So Journey, I think,
people-
disappointed you.
Yes, and it was just more of the fact that they could have done so much more with it, but it turned into, it felt like, what was that? Oh, damn. What was that one from Series 6, The Doctor's Wife or whatever?
The one that Fresno loves.
Yeah, I love that episode too, but it felt like that it was trying to re-emulate that. With,
I think that the potential of a story set entirely on board the TARDIS was great.
Yes.
The execution, not so much.
Well, at least the the one, I cannot think of the name of the episode. The one where the TARDIS turns into a woman, at least that was really interesting.
That's Doctor's wife.
The Doctor's wife.
Doctor's wife.
Oh, you have the name right the first time? Nice. Sorry, I actually don't remember much of Series 6. I kind of forgot all about it since it was
That's all right, because we're not talking about Series 6,
Yeah.
but I can remember a lot about Series 6.
But, like, what I'm trying to say, though, is, like, that did good. Like, that had, you know, like, that introduced Amy seeing all these future versions of Rory. Like, that they pointed out that the fire zombie things were, you know, future versions of, you know...
Yeah, but if I remember rightly, they weren't actually future versions of Rory. They were illusions created by House.
Yeah, but
Mess with their mind.
Yeah, but again, they kind of introduced that the TARDIS could do that.
Yes, but it wasn't TARDIS doing that. It was
Yeah,
House.
I know.
You're right.